Hey friends, welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Oleg, and this is one and only Mr. Bond. There he is. He just wants to play. Alright. Go get it. I'm gonna do an unboxing video. Originally, I filmed the whole unboxing of the watch that I purchased, a Seiko for $1,000. But for some reason, my camera didn't work properly and the video file got corrupted or something. I don't know exactly what happened, but basically I don't have that footage. So what I did, I actually re-recorded the unboxing experience and my initial impressions. Of course, that doesn't capture the magic of the first time you see the watch, but it's been about a day, so I'm still fairly new to the watch. My initial impressions and this unboxing will still be quite genuine because I don't have that much experience with the watch so far. Before we open the box, can you guess which Seiko I bought? I'll give you a few seconds to guess right now. Leave your comments in the comment section below. No cheating, guys. Otherwise, I'll tell your parents. All right, did you guess? I hope you did. Let's open the box. When you spend $1,000 on a Seiko, this is the box that it comes with. It has this outer cardboard box, outer shell. It says the box made in China and has the reference. For those of you who are observant, you will already guess which watch did I get. And then inside of that white paper box is another box. This one is covered with leather, very light. That's the first impression I had of this box as soon as I took it out. I thought maybe they forgot to put the watch in because it's so light. And also inside of here is the instructions manual. This is a Japanese domestic model. So first it's in Japanese, and then by the end of the instructions manual, it's in English. So of course we're not gonna read that. It's a simple mechanical watch. We really don't need the instructions manual for it. Just to give you a contrast, so this is a $1,000 Seiko box. It's not that great, if I'm being honest. I was expecting a little bit nicer of a box. This is something for $100. So when you buy a watch, I think this is the SNK. Yeah, so this one is what, $195 it says, but it wasn't $195. I think I spent like $60 or something on this watch on Amazon. And this is the type of box that it comes with. So it doesn't have that inner leather box, it's just the outer paper box. So that's the contrast between the two. Now let's take a look at the watch. You didn't come here to look at the boxes. Look at that. Some of you will recognize this watch. For a lot of you, you will think, what the hell? That doesn't look like a $1,000 watch. That looks like a simple three-hander with a date complication. That's it. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the point. So this is the Seiko Sarx, SARX 055, also known as the Baby Snowflake. Man, every time I see this watch, I'm mesmerized. So first impressions. First of all, it's very light. I hate to say it, but it almost feels cheap. It's very deceiving because based on the feeling alone, it feels like kind of a cheapo watch, maybe some quartz timepiece, because the bracelet, the case, everything just feels so light. But then when you look at it visually, it doesn't look cheap. The polishing, the finishes on this watch look amazing. First impressions, the dial, on pictures it looked very shiny, like it's gonna play with the light a lot. But after wearing this watch for a day and just my initial impressions of it, it's a lot more muted than I thought. It's a lot more matted. It's kind of a matte dial. Also, the polishing and the brushing on this case are spectacular. It's a titanium case. Titanium is a notorious metal to work with. It's a very difficult metal to polish, and I think Seiko did a fantastic job with it. I also really like this bracelet. So it's a 5-link bracelet. These metal polished parts are also separate links, but only a pin and a collar style pins here. So it's not a screw-in pins. Seiko says that for titanium bracelets, it's better to have the pin and collar system. I don't know how true that is, but at least that's what they claim. Even Grand Seiko have pin and collar system and not the screws. Milled clasp, really nice. It fits really flushly to the wrist. and doesn't take up a lot of space at all. 2 release pushers here. No micro adjustments though. So you have to use these half links. You can see this link right here is a half link and this is a full link. So you have to adjust it with the links. And as your wrist expands and contracts throughout the day, you kind of have to take that into account. So make sure that the watch wears a little bit looser on your wrist. For my size of wrist, I already sized this watch. I took out 2 full size links and 1 half size, and that seemed to do the trick. And you can see those pins in the collars there in a bag as well. What else comes with this watch are just a couple of hang tags. Just says Presage there, made in Japan, SARX 055, 130,000 yen. And this hand tag here, Cortex TI. So this watch is actually covered with that coating, the Dia Shield coating, which is a great thing because titanium is a softer metal than stainless steel. So this watch would be very easy to scratch, and knowing the way I wear watches, I will scratch it very easily. So having that peace of mind that there is a protective coating is really great. The movement of this watch, yeah, it has the Seiko I movement. I know what you're gonna say, you can find this movement in a $400 SARB. Yeah, I mean, that's the negative of this watch. And of course, I'll do a full review, talk about all the negatives and positives. This is more of a first impressions video. Speaking of first impressions, another thing that really stood out to me right away is that there is really no reflection on this glass. The sapphire crystal, it's almost as if it's not there. You can see right through it. Even putting it against the sun, really impressive. No lume on this watch whatsoever. And I think that's a great choice. Now you can see the dial play with the light. So overall, it's a lot more low-key than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a little bit more flashy. I was expecting the dial to stand out a little bit more, but it is quite muted. What really stands out for me are the indices, the polishing on the indices and the hands that plays with the light more so than the dial. And I don't think that's a bad thing, it's just something that you should expect. The crown is a simple push-pull style crown with the S logo for Seiko. So it's not a screw-down crown, however the watch still has 100 meters of water resistance. The blued seconds hand on this watch, on the pictures it looks very prominent, of course the pictures are edited. In person, it's difficult to tell that it's actually a blued seconds hand. The light has to fall on it just at the perfect angle for you to be able to tell. Otherwise, it just looks like a stainless steel seconds hand. You see here, you can tell that it's blued. I don't think it's heat treated. I think it's painted or acid treated. The last thing I'll talk about is the size of this watch. It appears larger in person. As soon as I opened the box, it kind of jumped out at me. I was expecting a watch a little bit smaller. For my size of wrist, I think it still looks pretty good. But keep that in mind if you're looking for a smaller watch. This one is not it. It does wear larger, I think closer to that 41, 42 millimeter diameter. It doesn't wear smaller at all. I wish it was maybe 39 millimeters, maybe even 38.5 millimeters. I think at that size, Seiko would make a lot of people happy. With 41 millimeter diameter, yeah, you can still wear it as a dress watch, which I intend to do, but you do have to have a larger wrist, or at least preference for larger watches, because the watch is quite thin. I think it's under 11 millimeters thick, so it will slide under a cuff of any shirt. And actually, with the case shape of this watch, it appears even slimmer on the watch. It fits very nice and close to your wrist. It doesn't protrude too much. There's no weird protrusion from the crystal or from the bracelet. It's just that diameter. I wish it was slightly smaller. Alright, so that was the unboxing of Seiko SARX 055, also known as Baby Snowflake. I don't think the Snowflake name really fits for this watch. I think it's more like a ice lake or frozen lake, something like that, because that's what dial really reminds me of. It doesn't really remind me of snow. It looks more like frost, and actually that's the sentiment that I've heard from a lot of other people that own this watch. Because of course, before I purchased it, just like a lot of you guys, I watched YouTube videos, I read some articles about this watch, so I had a rough idea what to expect. However, it still surprised me. I think the overall quality of the watch is great. The finishes on it are next level. I'm really excited to really test it out, to wear it in my everyday life. and see how it performs and how it stands in my overall collection. I like it so far, but I don't know how I will feel in a few weeks' time from now. One of the problems of JDM watches, Japanese domestic market watches, is that you can't try them on. Obviously, they're only sold in Japan. The boutiques here in North America, I'm in Canada, don't carry this model, so there was no way to try it on. But another negative that nobody really talks about JDM models is that you can only buy them from Japan, and you can't really get a discount. When you go to the AD here in Canada and you buy a Grand Seiko, you can expect probably a 10-15% discount. When you buy online, there is no discount. Sure, sometimes they go on sale, sometimes they have some promo codes, but most of the time you're gonna pay the full retail price. So not only can you not try on the watch, but also you're not getting much of a discount, if any. I think those two negatives are not mentioned enough whenever people talk about JDM watches. I appreciate you watching this unboxing video until the end. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, we upload new videos every week, and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this Sarks 055. By the way, today on my wrist, I'm wearing my G-Shock GA2100. I did a full review of this watch. That video can be found on the YouTube channel. I will also leave it linked in the description below. Also in the description below, there are a couple of other links. The first link is a link to bondnatostraps.com. If you're looking for a great quality native strap and want to support this YouTube channel at the same time, buying one of these native straps is a great way to do so. The second link is a secret link. Have a look if you're curious. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bond, do you wanna go film a video?